Okay, now we are here. Let us just start creating a database. Okay, so after creating the database, and we're going to create a table, and in that table, we would insert our data into that table. So is that data we would use for our GUI, and then we'll be able to change the data on the table. Okay, our table consists of the rows and the columns. So we have a field where we're going to include our first name and the last name and all of that. So that is just the field. In that field, we're going to input the different data collections from that. All right. So now let us start by creating a database for this purpose. Okay, so this is my SQL command line client. Okay, like I said previously, you can decide to use my SQL workbench or Pop SQL. Is pronounced popsicle. Okay, I don't know why that's like that, but the pronunciation is popsicle. Okay, so that's actually your preference. All right, so it's still basically the same method for creating database. All right, so that said, let's go to what we have for today. So now I'm just simply going to create database, and the name of this database, I'm just going to simply use the name we've been using. I'm just going to say change password. Okay, and I'm just going to hit my enter key. Now that has been created. Okay, in order to confirm that, I'm just going to say show databases. So this is just going to display the names of the databases on the system. Okay, so these are the names of the databases I have. And for this purpose, I created a change password, and there it is here, it has appeared here. Now I want to make use of that password of that database. I'm just simply going to use that database. Use use change password. Okay, so the database has been changed. Now I want to create table for this change password. So I'm just simply going to say create table, and say the name of that table is just simply going to be password. Okay, now in that table, I'm just going to have my fields. Oh, sorry, that was, let me do that again. That was a mistake. So in this table, I'm going to have my first name, which is going to be variable character holding a letter about 40. And then for the last name, it's still going to be a varchar, a variable character of about 40. And then we're going to have gender. These are really not necessity, but let's just include that so we can see how this is being created. For our gender, I'm just simply going to put 6. Okay, and then we're going to have a password. Okay, for the purpose, this is going to be varchar, and our password is just going to consist of just 10. To confirm that password, okay, make this a white screen so you can see this. Okay, so now for confirm password, voucher of 10 as well. Okay, so that is done. Another thing I would like to put here is a timestamp. Okay, so this timestamp is just basically to give me the time that the data are going to be entered. Okay, so that is just it. Just going to hit my enter button. Okay, something is wrong somewhere. So let us see what the problem is. So we're creating the change B. Okay, you have an error. Okay, let's confirm that we have our first name I have a last name, gender, password, confirm password, stamp. Okay, let me simply put that again. Let's see what the problem is for you. Create table, change B. Okay, then we have our first name, the last name, and the gender, and the password, and the confirm password. So simply, that's just about it. Let's see. All right, so that has been created. Okay, so in order for us to see this, we have to describe this table by using this query. So to describe the name of table here, and I'm just going to hit enter. Okay, so now look at our fields that have been created: our first name, last name, gender, password, confirm, and the time. All right, so after this stage now, we're going to insert our data into this table. Okay, so next thing we're going to do, we're going to simply say insert into the name of the table, which is change P, and they're going to be values. All right, so in this value, the first one is the first name. Okay, it's a form of a string, and I'm just going to use that. So the first name is, I'm going to just simply say Monica, be the first name. The last name is going to say West. For the gender, so she is a female. And then for a password, I'm going to use Monica. And then for confirm password, I'm just going to repeat the same thing. Okay. And then for our timestamp, we're going to use this for our timestamp. So now simply means at that moment that the data was entered. Okay. So let's confirm if these fields are complete. Okay, they have to correspond with our field here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so that's correct. And we're just going to hit our enter button. All right, so that has been created. Okay, so let us confirm that. Let's say show tables. Now hit my enter key. And the name of my table is change B. Okay, so I'm going to say select everything from change P. So that's basically what that query means, to change, to select all from that P, change P table. Okay, so now I'm going to hit my enter, and there it is. So my values has been entered into the fields. All right, so that is it. So now we have created this, we'll have to go to our GUI and create the and try to connect our GUI to our database. Okay, I hope this was properly understood. Please, if you do not understand any